All right, welcome back to another video of the 312 podcast. We got our normal crew today. Everyone say what's up.
So,
Yeah. Last week we had the Champions League final. Big game. Real Madrid came out with the win, 1-0, right? That was the score, right?
yeah,
It's been a week already.
it's
Um,
boring.
yeah, but it was not as many goals as maybe we could have expected, but it was a good game overall. So I was interested to hear what you guys think about the game. I know we were talking about a little bit in the group chat, but go ahead.
Well, Liverpool, I thought they folded. I mean, they had, I think, 24 shots or something like that, and they all they need to do is put their chances away. And I mean, Real Madrid did it, and I mean, I think they deserved it at the end of the day. But I also thought Liverpool just, I mean, this is I think I saw something about like three finals in a row or something like that. They didn't score a goal, they haven't played, but yeah, I just think they folded their opportunity to win it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like I knew what was going to happen at halftime because, like, you know how Madrid are. They kind of, that's almost like their game plan. And I feel like Ancelotti was like happy to be in 0-0 at halftime. So I feel like you just kind of knew that that was going to happen. And Madrid would slowly take over. You seen like their three midfielders kind of take over the game in the second half. And once that happened, I was just like, okay, the game's done. But to be fair, Courtois still stood on his head. So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with like both Kyle and Jalen. To be honest, like honestly, for that game, it was just kind of standouts like how important Casemiro, like Courtois are for the team. I think if they lose any like one of those two, like they don't win at all. So honestly, like that game wasn't really. It didn't really tell me much. I think like we both expected Liverpool to dominate Real Madrid to play the way they did, but like, it kind of showed like how important Courtois was, how important Casemiro is to that team and their like path to winning stuff.
I definitely agree about Casemiro because I feel like sometimes he goes underrated and doesn't get talked about as like one of the best holding midfielders in the world. But like especially that second half, that man was everywhere. Like he intercepted so many passes going into their own box or Liverpool was trying to start attacks. And like in the first half, he was kind of out of the game just because they were bypassing him. But in the second half, I think he just showed like why he's so important to that team and why he's like been at the heart of all those Champions League winning Real Madrid sides the last few years. And then
Yeah.
Courtois, like you can't say enough about him. I think he kind of proved that he probably the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Like to be that big 6'6" and to be able to save shots like that come low like that, like routinely. I think not like usually big goalkeepers you shoot low, it's going in, but it seems like him, it's just different. Like the one save in the first half or second half where he saved off his arm and then he had the one tipped off the post in the first half. Those were like unreal saves that he had that pretty much won them the game.
I thought that Salah was going to score in the second half with his right foot.
That went off the back post.
Yeah, that was a crazy save.
That was a crazy save.
Was Courtois any of your favorite, like your number one goalies when we did the podcast a couple weeks ago?
I think for that first one, we did have Courtois as the number one keeper.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember he wasn't for me, but I wasn't sure for you guys.
I'm pretty sure I have no one, but just in general, people like I don't think give him the respect he deserves. I think everyone says Allison, like Ederson, Oblak, Mendy, are the top ones, and Courtois kind of goes like missing in that conversation. When I think like you can't do that anymore. Like you got to give him his respect.
Yeah, I think he's definitely over Oblak, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Who would you guys say is the man of the match for Real Madrid?
Courtois.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Courtois, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what surprised me? This is like the best defensive performance we've seen from Real Madrid all season. Like we watched all their other Champions League games. We were expecting them to be weak at the back, but all their defenders, even though like the first half Militao refused to defend the cross, but other than that, like they were all strong. Alaba, Militao, they weren't stepping out.
Carvajal.
Oh my God, defensive performance of his life. He clamped up Diaz in the first half, and then Jota or Mane in the second half. Mendy was strong against Salah. I think Salah only had like a real 2 or 3 like real strong chances, but they weren't even necessarily against Mendy when he tried to dribble him. Mendy was there. Casemiro, like we talked about, even Modric, Cruz, Vinicius was tracking back. Even like it was a full team performance from them. I haven't seen that all Champions League campaign. But talk about Liverpool a little bit. What do you guys think was missing from them?
Just finishing, honestly. Like, I feel like if they took their chances, like one of those 3 good chances they had in the first half, like the game would have been so much different, because I didn't really see Real Madrid scoring 2 in 90 minutes, maybe possibly, but I mean, I think that one of those goals went in and it would be a totally different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, literally, if Liverpool, like, if Mane put that one in that Courtois hit off the post in the first half, it's like a 3-1, 4-1 Liverpool game. Like, they were just missing that one goal that kind of forced Real Madrid to like come out and get exposed, and then they can kind of play the brand of football that we all are accustomed to seeing, like Mane, Salah, Diaz just running like 3v3 with their back line. But I think when the game's 0-0, Real Madrid are able to kind of stay compact and counterattack and just like wait for the chance, which I think was like perfect for them. And they took their chance and fair play to them.
I thought Liverpool actually played really well in the first half too, because if you look at like the back four, they didn't really have much to do like the whole game. Like Van Dijk, like he didn't really have much.
Konate
played very well too.
I did not know Konate was that good.
Yeah, he's pace on him too.
No, it's not even that. Like on the ball, like his ball carrying out the back surprised me. Like he looked like surprisingly like good, like being comfortable on the ball. Like I didn't think he was that good. So honestly, like he's gonna be Liverpool got to steal with that one because he's gonna be like immense come next year.
He's like 23, no, 24.
He's young, bro. Like I'm saying, but I just didn't know he's that good on the ball. I'm thinking he's come more like a. I don't even know how to compare him to, but I thought he just wasn't that good on the ball. But like he seemed very comfortable. He's like obviously a physical specimen, but like on the ball, he made good decisions. His ball carrying is really good up the back. Like he was really solid.
To be fair, they didn't do like horribly with the threat of Vinicius. Like Vinicius was kind of quiet, and he had moments where he came to life, but there weren't too many like clear cut like Vinicius running past Trent and getting into the box, and then Benzema was kept quiet pretty much the whole game too. Like it wasn't his best performance, which is like kind of the biggest surprise. Like Vinicius or Benzema didn't score, and they really didn't have like the biggest impact on the game, and yet Real Madrid was still able to come out with the victory.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Shit, you're right.
I know you mean though.
Oh,
Which is good. So Trent did shut off for that one, but it was a tap in at the back post.
It was a shot from Valverde.
It wasn't a typical pass from Valverde. It wasn't a typical performance.
Yeah, it was a shot.
That wasn't a driven ball across the box like a
Bro, that was a cross.
Oh, do you think that was a cross?
I think it was a hard pass across.
But that was definitely a shot he missed. There's no way he was aiming.
He's not shooting that.
He shot that, bro. There's no way
he was shooting that.
He's not De Bruyne, fam. Like he shot that. He shot that for sure.
Although that's another player, Valverde. Oh my God, he had a great performance too as a right winger. Like the last couple of times when they had started him on the right wing, he had like kind of been quiet and hadn't done much and got subbed off in the second half. But this game, he was another player that was like immense and shutting down like their left side, helping out Carvajal, and then like providing an outlet and attack, just like because usually they just hit the ball wide to Vinicius, but Liverpool looked like they were ready for it. So in this game a little bit, they Casemiro a few times and Alba a few times sprayed the ball out wide to Valverde, and he was like there to spring a counterattack or whatever for them.
Yeah, I just think Madrid's midfield outplayed Liverpool's midfield as well. Like I think look at their three. I don't think. I know Henderson probably deserved the start, but like I don't know. I just think having him in there was like not helping them at all. I think.
Who would you have put over him? Keita?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just. I don't know. Jordan's a better lead. Like he's a leader on the field, but I just think he's.
I'm just laughing because of that shot.
Look familiar, that shot?
Yeah, but at least I don't hit it with the outside of my foot. So.
Let's talk about the one controversial moment from the first half. Do we think a goal? I know like it was a hot topic on
the offside?
Yeah, the one that was called offside at the end of the
match. I feel like the rules are if it's intentional. No, if it's not intentional, then it's offside, right? So there's no way that's intentional.
I don't think Fabinho. Yeah, I don't think Fabinho like meant to hit it like that.
Either way, Benzema, yeah, should have scored.
right, but I could like
They should have scored either way though.
people's argument is like, no one intends to hit the ball back to someone. Like,
Yeah, sometimes like a back pass or something. I
Yeah,
don't-
but Fabinho just came through, and also like I don't know if you guys saw it, but like, do you think Benzema was offsides? He looked offsides initially.
I
didn't
don't know.
I don't think he was offside, but
the original ball in that was played into the box.
yeah,
I-
no, he wasn't. I
was
think.
He looked onside for that.
really.
I just don't think. I think like yeah.
Either way, I think he should have he should have scored the ball. Like, I don't know what he was doing beforehand. So honestly, it's
Yeah,
probably
he should have scored or sweat it.
Once he brought it down under control, like it looked like he kind of just didn't know what to do next. Like he kind of like flicked it, and it was like a loose flick that rolled to the goal. It just looked like a mess of a play. I don't know how.
It was
And I
a
also-
mess from the
Yeah, and I
goalie.
also think like Allison and Konate should like dealt with that. Like it kind of bounced off of both of them. I'm thinking like Allison should have done. Like I think Liverpool should have done better with that. 'Cause I think once like Allison and Konate got it, like that ball should have been out. It kind of just like
Those
got
ones
back.
are hard to deal with though. Sometimes, like
They are, yeah. But
See, like running high speed like that.
yeah,
I think it would have been like hard done. Like it would have been like a bad blitz. Like kind of give it like as much as like you have to go by the rules. Like I think it's honestly good for the game that it wasn't given a goal. I think it would have been like the stupidest goal ever to give. It would kind of ruin like Champions League because then we had to watch like 45 more minutes of Real Madrid sitting in, and then it just wouldn't like kind of ruin the vibe of the game, you know.
They already ruined it before the game. We waited 45 minutes for the game to start.
I forgot about that.
So I know, Medi, you talked about like Henderson being lineup. Is there like any other like would it be thinking about Liverpool's lineup selection for the game? Like, is there anything else, anybody else that could have been included in the starting lineup?
No, I think that. I mean, I think overall, I think that's probably the best starting 11. But I just think Henderson. I just don't like rate him that high. So I don't think. I mean, Keita could have played in there, but I'm not gonna put Curtis Jones in a Champions League final or whoever else. But yeah,
I think they need to sign another midfielder.
yeah, that too. They need that.
Yeah. But for me, I'm really surprised at how fast like Jota moved like out of the starting front three. Like I know Diaz has come in and like kind of tore it from the beginning, but at the same time, you look at Jota's goal contributions and it's like over 20. And like, how do you go from that to like not get included in the starting 11 for the Champions League final? I think he like obviously Mane and Salah are going to start, but I think Diaz should have been the one to come off the bench, especially like you want to talk about loyalty. Like Jota's been the one consistently doing it all season. Yeah, Diaz has come in for a little bit and done it, but
Yeah.
I feel like Diaz has been on better form though, so I think you go off of form.
And I also think Jota is like how do I put it? Like in a free flowing game, he's like I don't think he has that much impact like the run up play, but he'll find that finish. I think for a game like this, like when you're like you think Liverpool, like you kind of know Real Madrid's gonna sit in. I think Luis Diaz, like theoretically beforehand, would have helped because like he's kind of give that creativity, a little moment to like unlock a defense. I think like Luis Diaz has that like X factor that's gonna unlock a defense and make something special happen against someone that's sitting in more than Jota. I think Jota's a better like finisher and just like more instinct inside the box. Like I think no matter how the game's going, he can play horrible and still score. And you look at him like some games, I'll look at him, he'll have a goal and assist or something, and I look at the game, I'm like, I didn't even notice him that time will score. But I think in a game like this, like when you kind of need someone to kind of like break over the defense or whatnot, like Luis Diaz would be your player. So like honestly, I don't really fault it, but maybe he should have came on earlier.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lou.
So I'm not really like disputing. Like
He'll start next year. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean,
Mane's out. So
By the way, do you think 30 million's too less for him for Bayern? I feel like they got a steal.
who?
Mane's old though, so I mean,
How old is he?
30, 29, 30, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like 30 mil because Bayern bought him for 30 mil, no?
It was
Yeah,
only
but how long is his contract?
I don't know, but I feel like that's like cheap.
Why?
Like
That's his. I think maybe like I don't know how contracts work in soccer, Michael. Maybe you can like.
I think he only had a year left on his contract remaining. Usually when there's like a year left, they go.
yeah,
for
he did.
Yeah, so I'm saying maybe his wages like change like when he gets there, like after a year, something to renegotiate or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like 30 mil is like a steal for him.
yeah, you should have bought him.
Yeah, I mean, Sane, Coman. Oh my God, bro.
No Lewandowski though.
He's
Oh,
leaving.
They're gonna win Bundesliga. Put Mane at striker, bro. They'll score 25 plus goals. Easy.
They'll win Bundesliga no matter what though.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, even Champions League, but you could probably honestly they could win a Champions League with their team. Like
I don't think without Lewandowski they win Champions League.
they, I mean,
Barcelona winning Champions League. Messi going back.
Not going back to Barcelona. But let's talk legacy. We'll talk about Real Madrid. So this is the 5th Champions League they've won in the last, was it 9 years? I think something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And a lot of these guys have been on the team for 4 or 5 of those. I know Modric has been there for 4. Cruz
5. And they're all 5.
Is it Cruz and Cruz wasn't there for that first one though, right?
I don't know, but I thought they all had 5. I just remember
It's
like
Carvajal.
pictures.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about legacy. Is this the greatest Champions League team of all time? Like this year's edition of Real Madrid? And so like, it's hard to say because one, I think talent-wise, we can all agree that no, they're not the best of all time. But like in terms of who they played, who they had to like, they're running the competition that they had. It's probably the hardest path to a Champions League final. They have to beat PSG, Man City, Liverpool, and who was Chelsea? Yeah. So they beat like 4 of the top clubs in the world, and I mean at times it looked difficult, but you know.
No, I feel like it was fully deserved. I agree with you that they're probably not the most talented. I mean, even if you look at some of the guys that are in that squad, like they might be past their like quote unquote prime or best, but I feel like in terms of like legacy, their history is still there. I think like what I was saying, I don't know if you heard, Ludo, but I was just basically saying I feel like they're just an overpowered club. And I don't even mean like money wise when I say that, just like willpower. Like they always find a way to do it, no matter the players, no matter the year, no matter the coach, you know. So I don't know, there's just something special about the club. And I feel like even next year with Rudiger coming in, I know you said you don't know if it's going to be a good fit, but I feel like that's always like a good option. Like as a Chelsea fan, I love Rudiger, you know, so they're not going to get weaker by having Rudiger. So I think they're still going to be just as powerful next year. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I think this team isn't the greatest, but I think the club overall, like I think they're probably probably the greatest club, like just winning stuff by like in terms of that by winning. Like Jones is not like overpowering with like money. I mean, they have the money obviously, but PSG and those kind of teams have way more money, and just the team they did it with, and they always do it with. It's just, yeah, I think they're the greatest club ever.
I agree. I think Real Madrid, like for like our lifetime, has probably been like the most dominant club because, like going back to maybe that's another second, but like going back to like the team and like what was it like 2014 to 2017 when they won like 3 in a row. Like I think that's probably like they're kind of like the epitome of them. It's like they just get it done consistently. Like even if you see them in the Spanish league, they're winning the league, Copa del Rey. You hear them in Champions. Like they're a big club. Like no matter what, they really haven't had a fall off. Like sorry, Colin, not to like trash on United. Like United's been in the dumps for a little bit. Like you never hear that from Madrid. Even when Madrid are struggling, they're still in contention for something. You know, and like I think that's like an epitome of a big club. Like Arsenal, my team's struggling. We're a big club, but we've been struggling like recently. Like I don't think I've heard of Real Madrid struggling, but they're always like they're either like in a cup final or it's like there's always something about them. Like when they're in the league, you can't kind of like count them out. So I think just for my lifetime, just like having their name like a big light, like they just been shown like they're consistently like a great club, and that's why I think they're probably like the best club of like I've seen since I've been alive, honestly.
I feel like their standards are so high. So when they're not winning 2-3 trophies, they're considered struggling, you know?
That's how it should be for a big team though.
Same with Man U.
But like I think it's like interesting about this Real Madrid team. Like, will we even rate them like a top 5, like in terms of just Champions League winning team in the individual year? Will we rate them even like a top 5 team of?
No.
That's one. Like I don't. This team is better than the teams that three-peated a few years ago. I mean, it's a lot of the same players, but it's not better than those teams. It's not better than any like the recent teams that have won Champions League, really, to be honest.
Chelsea, they're better than Chelsea.
They were barely a top.
No offense, John.
They might have been the 5th best team in the world this year. Like I would still say PSG is better than them.
But that's
Liverpool,
sports, though.
City was better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this team was particularly good, like in general, but they got it done. So I don't think they're an all-time team, but what they did was like an all-time accomplishment. It was like kind of like a fairy tale in a little bit. But as a team, like, no one's gonna remember this team and say, "Wow, they're a top 5." Like, heck no.
I
That
feel
team
like
was,
it's sports, though. Like you can have all the best players, but it doesn't mean like
but
you're
but it's not even that because they got played every leg. Like, I don't think they won 2 ties. They didn't win 2 games in a row in any like fixture, did they?
I think they
Yeah.
were at some point in every leg.
That's what I'm saying. So like, and the thing is, they weren't going down by like great. They were getting like 3-4 goals put on, like 3-2. Like they were getting goals put on them a lot. They were conceding a lot. So I don't think the team was like necessarily that good. But I think what they did in the resilience, like it was an all-time run. I think its all-time performance is memorable. But if we go back and look like the actual games and stuff, like, I don't think they're amazing or that good. But they did what they had to get the result, and that's what we're gonna remember. To be honest, we're not gonna remember how they got there. We're just gonna remember that they did it. So they're gonna have a good legacy at the end of the day.
All right, and then we'll continue the legacy talk. We got to talk about Liverpool. So, some of us are Liverpool fans, so it's like a little bit easier to talk about. But a few times we talked about like this year's Liverpool team, who like how successful this season has been. A few weeks ago they were in a conversation for a quadruple. Now at the end of the day, they've only won 2 domestic trophies, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, which the FA Cup is still a big deal, but it's not like as big of a deal. So is this like season for Liverpool like a disappointment in terms of like the stuff they lost out on, or is it still a success?
What do you consider like a success per se?
They're going to be disappointed.
But like
I think if you're looking at it in terms of us, I think it has to be a success.
Liverpool, they missed out on the Premier League, they missed out on the Champions League, and they won 2 cup finals, but not with like the most convincing performances.
I don't think. I mean, if you're going to go by like hard standard, I don't think it would necessarily be success, but it's by far not a disappointment at all. Like,
Then I think so. I want you guys to like. There's a line between disappointment and failure. It definitely wasn't a failure because they still were in everything, but disappointment as in like expectations versus what reality ended up being.
I don't think it's.
it
I don't.
depends.
Thank God. Sorry.
You can go.
No, go ahead. You got it.
I feel like it depends. Like I feel like if you were gonna ask that question at the start of the season, then it would be a success. But if you asked that question a month ago, bearing in mind like how close they were to the other 2 trophies, I feel like it would be a disappointment.
I think it's an Arsenal thing. Like if you asked me beginning of September if we got top 6, would it be a success? Yes, I would take that in a heartbeat. But you look at it now, it's kind of disappointing. Liverpool, like I said, you finished 2 points off of City. You dominated your Champions League, and you kind of honestly you probably lost off of the ball didn't roll the right way on the day. Like I don't think it's really a disappointment, but I wouldn't think it's like a failure, but like maybe just disappointing in the moment. But if we come back maybe like in like 2 weeks time, we'll look back at the season and be like, oh, that Liverpool team is like that's an all-time Liverpool team. Like they're really good. So I don't think it's a disappointment. I don't think it's a failure, sorry, but it's a little bit disappointing. But maybe in the future we'll go back and be like, oh, they had a really good season.
Yeah. So then who had the better season, Man City or Liverpool?
This guy.
Oh God.
Neither of them had a good season.
You can't say neither of them had a good season.
I just think I think the way you crash out on Champions League, like that for me, that was like a lot of reverence in my head.
You guys had the same season.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say this: Man City would not trade to be in Liverpool's place, but Liverpool would trade to be in Man City's place in terms of results in the season. If you could tell Liverpool fans that they would miss out on Champions League but have a Premier League title, they would take that. But if you told Man City fans they would miss out on Premier League and Champions League but have Carabao Cup and FA Cup, they wouldn't take that at all.
I agree.
Yeah, because of your guys' history. You guys sucked back then. Liverpool never won a title.
All right, but I'm saying like Liverpool would want to be in Man City's position this season.
And Man City would want if Liverpool would have won the Champions League. Are you kidding me? If they would have won the Champions League, you guys wouldn't be there.
They would have. Yeah. They didn't win. They lost.
Okay, obviously, but you guys never been there.
I think it's like if Liverpool won the Champions League, they 100% had a way better season. Yeah.
Like, but the reality is that they lost.
And the
I
reality
think-
is, you guys lost in everything too, except for the Premier League.
You guys won just as much as Chelsea.
Don't do that.
We did. We won the Club World
You're on
Cup.
the verge of winning the same as Man U. So I don't even.
Like I honestly, I don't think you understand. Like this conversation is so much different if Aston Villa just don't like have a mental breakdown. Like
it's not. Yeah, it's not rigged.
that's what I'm saying. Like you're saying this right now. Like you're quite literally 15 minutes away from winning 0.
I
And
agree.
regardless if Liverpool lost that game or not, you guys would be like in the mud. Like we could say Chelsea had a better season.
Yeah, the rain would have been over. You guys would have been done.
The
That's what I'm
reality is Man City won the Premier League and Liverpool did not win the Premier League or the Champions League.
Yeah, and
So-
I'm saying they had the same season.
You can't say they had a better season.
I said they had the same season.
Okay, if I'm talking from
But
myself,
they won 2 domestic trophies that like don't hold the same weight as winning the Premier League.
all right, hear me out. From my perspective, I think you and Liverpool probably had like equal seasons. Like I enjoyed watching both. You guys were dominant when I watched you. Liverpool won 2, you won Premier League, and Liverpool finished like literally 2 points behind you. I think if a game here or there slipped, whatever. So I think honestly, I can't really like differentiate who had the better season. I think both of you guys were elite top teams that blew everybody out the water. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Bear in mind, Liverpool won both of their trophies on pens too.
There's that too.
Who cares how you win it?
But they
Bro,
played
Who-
3 finals and scored 0 goals.
Why does it matter how you win something? Madrid literally won all their games counterattacking. So I mean, like I'm not gonna
Not like,
point.
not like they even won the trophies in convincing fashion. They won on penalty.
So what? So what? You win like a
They
win's a
played
win.
a good team in the final.
They played a team that had Kepa come in
Oh my god, bro.
and sold it for them.
Yeah, but an elite PK stopper. You guys had a bad day.
He got
Um,
scored on
So the
11
reign's over. Man U and Arsenal are coming up.
I'm saying.
Wake me up when that happens.
Jalen, Chelsea about to finish like 4th next year. I don't know why you're laughing.
Not even. They're not even finishing top 4.
Listen, focus on getting in Champions League.
We'll
You
be
two
there.
can
We'll be
do
there.
your-
We will. When we win the
Learning
Europa
to-
League, we'll have a definite spot.
Bro, I promise you in 2 to 3 years, Arsenal will be so over Chelsea. It's not even funny.
Look, listen, I know you guys don't have anything to do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but me and Lita are going to be in the crib next fall. Game time. You guys on Thursday?
Yeah, but when Man U plays on Tuesday and you play Champions League on Tuesday as well, we're watching.
You know what's fine? You know what's
Man U.
fine? When January, February comes around, you guys lose in the round of 16 to a Bayern or PSG. It's calm. You're going to be just where we are, out of the league in 3rd place and not winning any trophies. So it's
I can
okay.
taste the
We're winning Europa League. What the-
No, we can win Europa. I'm telling you, Chelsea's winning 0 next year. So I don't know why he's laughing. You
I
have
can
0.
taste the salt from here. We just got our new owner. We got bare peas.
Jalen,
You don't want him as your owner.
I heard the American owners are trying to make Christian Pulisic the star of the team now.
Yeah, you don't want him as your owner.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways,
If you can look me in my face and tell me Chelsea's going to win a trophy next year, like you guys are not winning. You guys are winning 0. Man,
above Arsenal.
Huh?
We'll finish above Arsenal. I'll tell you that.
I don't give a bro. You can finish above us, but if we win a trophy and you win 0, then so
We're
what?
not winning
I
anything
think
either.
Man United finishes above Chelsea next year.
They don't.
I think Arsenal might finish above Chelsea next year too.
Man U is.
Depending.
Okay, let's put a bet on it right now. Put money on it.
Both
No,
teams.
no. I won't bet on that until I see who Arsenal signs. If Arsenal get an outside back
Whoa,
striker,
whoa. We are NCAA athletes. There's no betting.
I mean, no, obviously, just like hypothetically, we're just like a bet, like in our heads. We're not betting anything physical.
Yeah, I'll bet you
Right.
like cook the rest of the
You
year.
clean
Pride
the dishes for the rest of the year.
What?
You
Oh,
What do you say?
If you lose the bet, you clean the dishes for the rest of the year.
A lot of you do that, but I need to see who Arsenal signs.
Anyway,
All right, no, when the transfer.
yeah, dishes aren't gonna be clean until the end of every week.
I mean, listen, I can't help I'm a busy man.
anyways,
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about transfers and recruitment and outlook for I think we're talking about Manchester United for a little bit. I think what's going on there is a little bit interesting in terms of who's going to be going out. They said goodbye to Paul Pogba after 6 years this week, and Jesse Lingard as well after 20 years at the club this week.
I'm
out. Matic is out.
Well, let's talk about Pogba first before we go into who's coming in. Is his time there a failure?
Yes. I think for him, that talent, I felt like if he went to any other club, he would have had a better time. I think for him, it's probably a failure because I feel like he expects more out of himself. Like as a footballer, and you have that much talent, like you went in like a subpar man. Like I don't think there's any time Man U was like an elite team when he was there. If that makes sense. Like
Beat
we're Man,
PSG,
huh?
beat PSG in Champions League.
I mean, like your COVID year was your best. COVID was the best time you guys played.
We won Europa League. We won FA Cup.
My thing is like in the since Pogba's been there, I've never seen United as like an elite team, and I feel like Pogba had the like talent and like will to like be in a team like that. So I think maybe if he went to like Madrid or something, like he could have had a way better legacy. Like we kind of look at it now and we'll be like, oh, Paul Pogba disappointment, but like for his legacy, I feel like if he went somewhere else, like he could have a way better legacy when we remember it. So I think for him, he's gonna be disappointed with his time there, honestly.
I mean, yeah, I think it's part of his fault. I don't know if it's his fault, but whoever's job it was to keep the transfer stuff. Like it's really every international break they were talking about transfer while he was there, like him getting out of there. I think it's just something that he didn't need. I don't know if he put it out there or whoever it was. I don't know, but just something he didn't need and the club didn't need. Like there's really every international breaks like every like month almost or every 2 months. Yeah, it was like every 2 months he was getting talked about leaving the club. So
Was
it
it
just
utilized
also
correctly?
huh?
Utilized correctly?
I can't hear you.
So do they use them correctly? Like
I think I mean we saw this magic some games, but I think other games are just they played them all everywhere. They played him at left tackling mid, they played him at left mid, they played him center mid, defensive mid. I mean I don't think they got the right pairing with him. I think he did all right, but I don't think they got the right person next to him to make him better and be able to do what he actually does.
Yeah, I don't know what I would like call his best position now. Like would he work better in like a rotating pivot in the midfield? Is he better as like a true eight?
An 8, I think,
Yeah, it's just his play
or
style.
10.
Yeah, I'm saying, and also like I was talking about this with one of my friends. Like if he got that move to City, like would he play in City's midfield? And if he did, like would he fit?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
the counter.
Him and Rodri,
everyone
Bro,
rotates.
De Bruyne.
Everyone rotates in midfield.
No, they would rotate, but I'm saying like just like City style, like the counter pressing, they lose the ball. Like would he change his like? Is he like we haven't seen Pogba? Like I've never seen Pogba in my life. Like how do I put it? Like just like counter press and be like really aggressive. Like it's certain games like here and there, but I haven't consistently seen it. Like the way Bernardo Silva, Foden, and Gabriel Jesus, De Bruyne when they lose the ball, like can Pogba like get into that culture and like do that? I don't know. So my thing is like he's a great talent, but like can he fit the system like of a City or a Liverpool if needed? I just don't know.
I'd say like for Pep Guardiola, anyone would
He's not going there.
to play. Well, he's not now. He said why, but like to play for Pep, I think anyone. And I think like some of the not all the players that we brought in necessarily fit the system, and it takes them a little bit of time to adapt. Like you saw that with Mahrez, with Sane, Grealish. Is probably going to take a little bit, and then but like once they adapt into the system, they hit the ground running because it's like once you can fit in, it becomes so much easier because all the other players around you are so good.
Okay.
But yeah, he's not going there, so it doesn't really matter.
What do
I
you think?
think Liverpool need him. I think that would obviously it would never happen, but like that would be interesting.
Liverpool?
Like I feel like that's the type of
Only
midfield.
Kunku.
Dude, oh, and Kunku's gonna be. That's gonna be interesting where he goes.
If he went to, I've heard was his Goldbridge on TikTok say Man United were looking at who is it? Richarlison, Nunez from Benfica, and Nkunku. Who would you prefer out of those three, Medic?
I want to say Kunku, but like, I don't know. I feel like those guys that come from the Bundesliga, it's like you can get either really good or like iffy. Like that's like you saw with Havertz, he was like back and forth. Werner, he's trying to get better. Sancho, like I mean, Richarlison's been here, he's done it here, so I don't
Right.
know.
That's how they broke it down. They said Richarlison is someone that the club has scouted, and he's proven striker in the Premier League that he'll score goals in the Premier
Yeah.
League.
And I think everything else he does too.
Nunez is the one that they all like the most, apparently, between Ragnick, Ten Hag, and the club.
Writing's out now.
Yes.
Right. But like in terms of like before they had scouted,
No, yeah.
said he would be the most expensive of the three, like probably the hardest to get financially. And then they had to face the most competition for his signing. And then Nkunku was the one that Ragnick liked the best, but Ten Hag wasn't sure about his fit into the team and like if like
Yeah.
how worth it would be.
I just don't know if he's I think he's a striker, but I think I don't know. I think he could
That
play
was
like
I
a
wouldn't see
10.
a striker in the Premier League. I would rather I think
And then
behind
we already have Bruno. I don't think we can just do that
but I
again.
also
Like,
think he'd be fitting as like a 10 in Man United's maybe in
yeah,
maybe Ten Hag system is different, but like in Man United system,
yeah. Well, I think that Frankie's gone now. He's not coming anymore. So I think he's not coming. I don't think Frankie De Jong's coming anymore.
I think Richarlison would be interesting. I think as
No, that's who I wanted. I think as another attacker because Cavani's gone. I mean, we still have
I think-
Ronaldo. I think he's staying for sure. But
Yeah, I think Richarlison would like be your best bet, honestly. Like I think that's like the safest, with like the best upside because
yeah, I think a straight swap for Martial.
ooh, interesting. Martial to Everton. That would actually be interesting. I think that would be good.
Do well in Sevilla, did he?
he's still relatively young too, so like that could work.
He said he's on loan. Yeah, he's coming back. He's back.
He didn't do well though, did he? At Sevilla.
I think he had a couple goals maybe, but
I don't know.
Who else do you want to see Man United bring in?
Timber. I mean, I think that's like the biggest one we've been looking at. He can play right back or center back, and I think that's huge for us. 'Cause they want to get rid of Wan-Bissaka. I've heard. I think Harry Maguire's probably gonna stay at the club, but I think he needs to be like off, but he's gonna stay. I think.
Should Harry like because they keep saying Harry Maguire has to play because they paid 80 million for him.
No, I think Ten Hag's. I mean, he'll say. I think he's not worried about that kind of stuff because like
I think
he can't play next year.
I think Timber would be a good purchase, but to play right back, not center
Yeah,
back.
he's gonna play right back. I just think just to have that option if he to play center back as well.
Well, is he good enough attacking to play right back though?
I mean, he's got pace on him.
No, I mean, we're talking about like you guys competing, like,
I don't need him to be going down the wing.
but I mean but Wan-Bissaka was the same. It'd be like I think it'll be like a worse.
Yeah, but Wan-Bissaka has fucking branches his legs and he can't move them.
Yeah, but Wan-Bissaka's a defender is like excellent though. So I mean, like
Timber had I forgot the stats I've seen, but I saw something that was like crazy about him. Like where is he at? Ajax. Like he led the league in everything. I know it's that hard, but
I would probably
Ajax,
center back. Like if you guys get an outside back, I think you need someone that's like I feel like the way
I still think Varane needs like a serious, like strong partner. Like I don't think Timber would be a strong enough. I think Varane cannot be like the number one. Back. And I think someone like Koulibaly would be good for Man United.
I heard he wants to leave.
that would be a very
But I heard he might go to Barca. I don't know. I don't know if Xavi wants him.
Barca's tied to everybody.
No.
So
I take that though. I think Koulibaly would be a good fit.
all right, what about Arsenal? We'll do Arsenal next. I don't know what's going on at Arsenal. Who's coming in or out?
Oh, so there's the same club. What's his name, bro? Who's the outside back we got from the Serie A? I forgot his name again. Tomiyasu, yes, the same club. Tomiyasu. I think there's a guy called like Aaron Hickey or something like that. Yeah, he's like a ambidextrous, like both foot. So I think getting another outside back would be very important to us because I think playing Tavares and Cedric is not going to cut it for us. We're going to get like over. And I think we have a heavy link to Tielemans, which I think would be great because I think personally, for me, I think Granit Xhaka had a really good season.
No, it's true.
So I think Granit Xhaka, like he's a borderline starter. I would not be mad if he starts like next season, but I think having a good healthy competition between like Sambi, Partey, Xhaka, and Tielemans would be a very solid midfield. And then
I think he's going to Liverpool.
Tielemans.
I think if
Svinchenko. I've seen Svinchenko now linking to Arsenal.
I would rather have Tielemans than Zinchenko. I don't want Zinchenko on my team. I want Tielemans. Tielemans
you don't want
is
Zinchenko on your team.
no.
Zinchenko would be a better left back option than all the left backs you have.
But the thing is, it's in our team. We don't need Zinchenko to play like he does in City. We need an out-and-out defender left back.
Lacazette's out, right? Yeah.
And we have. I would say Tierney's a better left back than Zinchenko. First of all, so if Tierney can stay healthy, then I prefer Tierney over Zinchenko.
Dybala's on your radar too, I guess.
What happened?
Dybala's on your radar for a swap.
We don't get whether it's bro. We need
Martinelli. No, a swap deal for Martinelli.
You want to get rid of no? Why would we get rid of Martinelli?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I saw.
That's off the books. Listen, we're keeping the youngsters.
You need a number
Sorry.
nine.
Yes, but Gabby, you know what it is for me? Gabriel Jesus, I think, fits our system so well, but he reminds me of like a better version of Lacazette. Like he'll have really good link up play. He'll be very good just flowing and stuff when it comes to the end
He's
of the
young
day.
though too, though.
He is. My thing is like he'll in game he'll look beautiful, movement in behind,
He's
link up
only
play.
hitting his prime soon. Like now, like how old is he? 24.
But my thing,
25?
if we buy him, is he gonna give us 20 goals guaranteed? I don't know. Like
because he's always said his most comfortable and his best position is off the right. I think he
Yeah.
feels more comfortable playing on the wing than he
I
does.
mean, it could work with the Arsenal team because you can just rotate him and Martinelli up top. Like it can work. Is my thing. My thing is just like, are we gonna pay that much money for someone that's just rotating between a striker? Like I think we need like a out and out striker. I think like an Osimhen, like as much as I think like a Tammy Abraham for me, like I think that's a kind of interesting look.
I've heard Tammy linked to some Premier League clubs, but I've heard his price tag is like 100 million.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not doing that, but I'm saying if we get Tammy reasonably for a decent price.
Million for Tammy Abraham. He didn't even score as many goals as Lukaku did in Serie A the year before.
Tammy Abraham has been pretty. I don't care about Serie A, but when he's been in Premier League, he's been like.
Lukaku scored more goals than him in Serie A the year before, and Lukaku's price tag wasn't even that large.
I don't know why it's like that, but I'm saying like in the Premier League,
Tammy's young though too.
He's in at Chelsea. He's proven he can score. Like he was scoring like 15, 14 goals. Like when he was at Chelsea, he wasn't really starting like that. So I mean, I think Tammy would be like if I had like a dream transfer window, I get Hickey for outside back, Tielemans center mid, and then I would get
That guy from Ajax. You go to Bayern, the right back.
no, the center mid, Gravenberch.
No, yeah,
The right back, right?
yeah. I forget his name, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Or free.
Gravenberch went to Bayern as well, no?
Dang, Bayern fleecing their whole team.
But Gravenberch is like I didn't know Gravenberch is like 20, 19, bro. The kid's
He's
insane.
19. Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, dude, Bayern's gonna be set for whatever.
Bayern fleeces everybody's teams. They fleece Leipzig, they fleece Dortmund, they fleece Ajax.
But yeah, but people got tired of taking it from the German league, so they said we'll go to the Dutch league and fleece Ajax.
Yeah, speaking of transfer too, I think that Brendan transfer to Leeds is great for them.
That was a big one for Leeds, and I think he's
America.
really good in that system with Jesse Marsh again.
Yeah, I think it's gonna keep him up next season.
What about Chelsea? I don't know anything about Chelsea other than Rudiger is out.
They got no money.
I feel we got new owners. I feel like our number one target should be Kunde, to be honest.
Center back. Did Christensen leave for sure as well?
What'd you say?
Christensen out for sure as well.
I don't know if he's out for sure. I know he's
I
been
think so.
but
Because he's
he
been
doesn't really play that much either. I know Aspilicueta was linked too, but I think he might stay for another year. I hope.
I
he
just
does.
seen Lautaro Martinez announces his preferred destination.
Who did?
Lautaro Martinez for
Inter.
It's Arsenal and Chelsea. His preferred destinations.
Honestly,
I don't know what that's true or not, but
I think Chelsea would be a dumb place for him to go.
I feel like we should give
Chelsea would be dumb.
after another year. I really like
Arsenal,
too,
actually.
so
Lautaro would be a good pickup for Arsenal.
I know this is true.
I haven't watched enough of them. Like we need a striker that can link up the play. Like I honestly I don't think they can out like even like
Liverpool's linked to Pulisic.
dude.
I seen it. Jurgen Klopp keen to sign Christian Pulisic.
American owners will not let that happen. They're gonna.
He's gonna reunite with Klopp, the guy who got his debut for him.
I have seen that though. What about what's it called? Outside backs? Because Alonso's supposed to be going to Barcelona, and Aspilicueta might be going to Barcelona too.
yeah, but Chilwell's back, fully fit, and then Reece James. So I feel like
You're not gonna go a whole Premier League season with two outside backs.
Yeah,
I mean,
Joel's gonna do something again.
You know who I think
can rotate, so I think that's fine. I think if we get Kunde, then it'll be fine because Aspilicueta can play wing back still.
He's going to Barca.
He's not.
He's linked to Barca.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not. He's gonna stay for another year.
you know I think would be good for
You don't know that.
You know that.
No,
Oh yeah, I forgot you were there.
Yeah.
for Chelsea though, I think like maybe again like a Tariq Lamptey that played your academy would be a good pickup again.
Yeah, Lamptey is on the outs at Brighton. He hasn't been playing, and I've heard that they're willing to sell him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played at Chelsea too, so I think that would be like a good like little rotational piece to have because he has potential.
Yeah, obviously he wouldn't play over Reece James, but
Right.
like,
Yeah. Maybe if you can move him out to like play like maybe inverted left back, if he's like capable of that, that would be good too.
maybe, yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to
Chilwell
Chilwell.
also doesn't have the best injury history.
Who?
Chilwell.
I mean, yeah, but look at the first half of the season. He was balling out.
All right, he's a baller, but when he's healthy, like he's
I mean, he tore his ACL though. Like,
even the year before that, though, I don't think he was healthy for the full season.
I don't know. We'll see. I think that should be our biggest signing on Kunde because I don't think we need anything going forward. I think
Or a
just
trainer.
what?
Or a new trainer.
I think yeah, just to replace
Yeah, I think
Whittaker.
All right, we can go into Man City now.
No one cares. Just
No one
get this
cares.
topic.
What do you mean no one cares?
You guys already got Holland. You guys are good.
We're not done.
Yeah,
think-
you probably signed some youngster.
We're
Didn't you
getting-
just get someone from Argentina, a winger or something?
yeah, Alvarez. He just scored 6 goals in a game for Liverpool the other day. He's been a signing since like January.
Yeah,
But they also linked to Cucurella at Brighton, and I'm
that'd be a good signing.
The left back?
yeah the left back.
Oh yeah, he's nice.
I think he would tear it up at Man City, playing for Pep especially. I think, and then I think that that would allow Cancelo to move to right back permanently, and then we have two on each side instead of
Yeah, then where's Walker gonna go? Back to Tottenham?
it'll be competition between Walker and Cancelo like it was
Well,
20.
one of them's not gonna like that.
Yeah, but they're both world class. Like
It
you
was
can't-
like it was like that last season before.
Yeah, well, I guess we're buying Walker.
You're not getting Walker. He would never go to
Oh, why would you buy? How old is Walker, by the way? He's like 30
I
something.
don't care. I'll buy him.
31 now.
I mean, it depends if it comes with a decent price tag, then maybe.
Yeah, oh goodness.
And I think we're looking at another center midfielder since we missed out on Pogba. I'm not sure who. They've had a couple names linked to them.
Do you really need any midfielders?
We do need another center midfielder.
Good
You're
watch.
saying that, but we need the whole starting 11.
Oh,
Look,
Kyle. Oh, I was also going to say, I think we miss Pau Torres would be a very good signing for you guys at center back.
I think that would help Varane. a
They
lot.
already they've been linking with him. I don't get why we haven't made a signing. I don't know what we're doing. Ten Hag was there
I think
2 weeks
Barca-
early, and
I think
We wouldn't
Barca's
find anybody.
Right.
'Cause this window's not open yet.
but I don't even see any like. What do you mean in terms of window? I saw Tottenham sign a player.
a
Those
Parasite.
on a free
So why can't we sign people on free?
because
You don't have that power. You didn't make top 4. Tottenham did.
Okay. And you got Lukaku when you guys won the Champions League, and you went downhill from there.
Lukaku's better than anybody in your front line currently. So
Me?
Man United should get Werner.
We have
I like
Ronaldo. We have Ronaldo, player of the year.
player of what year?
You got nominated. What do you mean? You got nominated for player of the year?
Ronaldo's not player of the year, fam.
But I didn't see any Arsenal players on there.
Oh my god! Wow.
They have the most overrated youngster in England,
Who?
Saka. Bro, that man's talked about like he's world class. He's a
No,
good
Smith. Yeah, Smith wrote too. Okay.
throw too. Yeah.
They're
I think
very.
Saka's
good.
better than him.
Yeah, Saka's better than Smith Rowe, but like they're very good players. But like I think there's Foden, who's just on a different level, and then the rest of them, which is like the Saka
Yeah,
Martial.
it just sucks none of them ever play for England.
Mount is better. Mount and Sancho are like the next level of players.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think Saka's in the Mount conversation. I think Sancho has potential to be better than.
Saka's
No.
not in Mount. In terms of ability, I think he's better than Mount, but yeah, Saka has more ability than a Mount.
Well,
But-
what? I don't know about
Mount
that.
just has hard work and
Mount,
that kind of.
Mount's
What was the player of the year? You think?
his output and product puts him in like the category with Sancho.
I think Mount's better than Saka and Sancho currently, though. I know.
Everyone's better than Sancho. Currently, he had 2 goals and 2 assists on
No,
the
no, no,
season.
no, no, no.
That-
Ability, honestly, ability-wise, I put Sancho and Foden up there with like ability-wise. However, like I put Mount like highly because like he doesn't do anything that's like different from what like we've seen from like other good midfielders. But like his output's crazy. He had like 27 goals and assists this year, and like you don't really hear about that. But like he puts
That's why I
up.
put him in the category above Saka because of his output.
No, I think Saka's more. I think Saka's output was good this year,
Yeah,
and
but
also
his input's not good.
yeah. What?
His input's not good.
Medic turned this to a math lesson.
Bro, whatever, bro. Saka's output this year and combined with his like natural ability puts him like he has to be the second tier below Foden. Like that, that's the lowest I'm going. He's really good.
I saw Foden needs to work on his outside of soccer life.
What do you do now?
He hangs out with Mason Greenwood.
Still?
Yeah.
Well, they're best friends.
And
Yeah.
boy, they got caught up in the the
Mason
hotel.
Greenwood's coming back, I heard, next season.
Where?
You guys need it,
Probably not.
bro. Listen. I would take Mason Greenwood at Arsenal. I don't care about the flag. We need to take him.
Can't say that on a podcast.
Yeah, you can't say that, boss.
Disclaimer, we don't all agree with that take.
Listen,
I seen your boy had trial too at Man City. Ben Mendy.
He got another charge.
yeah, this is not the SDS podcast. I'm not Sean. I'm not gonna.
Bro, you seen what happened to the SDS podcast?
Bro, but he was crazy.
We'll talk about that after the episode. We're about to wrap up soon, but you seen Grealish too. Grealish was catching flack for celebrating the Premier League title.
He doesn't deserve it.
What do you mean he doesn't deserve it?
He
He
didn't
didn't
do
do
it.
anything to contribute to that.
Come on, but like still, why were they getting on him for celebrating?
I feel
Because
like
this is the way he did it. Like he was like,
he beats him.
you saw that video of him talking with Walker about like,
It was funny. It was just jokes.
yeah, it was stupid. Pep signed him because he wanted to waste 100 million. That's why he signed him.
I bet you Grealish scores 10 goals in the Premier League next season.
I bet you Rashford and Sanchez scored 20 each.
I 100% they do not. Rashford needs to leave Man United.
Sanchez is
I was
scoring.
I know Liam's not here, but I feel like that would be a good signing for Arsenal actually. Rashford.
Yeah.
To be honest, as a striker or as a
Yeah.
winger,
Nah, as a striker.
I would agree with that. Even Martial
Banging goals.
as a striker.
Yeah. I mean, once he starts banging goals for Arsenal, like
Martial is good. I rate Martial. He just didn't have the luck when
Anybody competent for them would be a good striker.
anyone what?
Competent that could like score.
anyone with a brain could be their starting figure.
Like before, since Aubameyang fell off, they just had nobody to play in that role. Like
Yeah.
he is okay, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, God.
Go ahead if you have
No,
something.
I was never mind. I was just something stupid.
We're gonna sign off. We're gonna take a break from club football for a little bit, and when we come back with our next episode, we'll probably do some international football since that's like what's popular right now and what's going on. And unless anything crazy happens in the club world, we'll probably stick with that. But you guys have anything else before we close off?
Nah, good podcast.
Yeah, well, we'll see you guys with the next video. Peace.